Oh, hello there, and thanks for joining Uncomplicated Math today. Today we're going to be looking at how to multiply two-digit numbers by two-digit numbers. And by the end of this video, you'll know the steps involved when multiplying two-digit numbers by two-digit numbers. So let's get started. So in question number 1, we're being asked to multiply 34 times 27. So looking over to the right-hand side here under our steps involved, we can see that our first step is to rewrite the problem vertically. So we're going to start out this multiplication problem by rewriting it vertically, making sure that we're paying close attention to the place value. So the tens are in the tens place and the ones are in the ones place. And now we're going to move on to step number 2, where we're going to multiply both the ones and the tens place by the top number. So we're actually going to break this up and we're going to multiply by the ones place and then by the tens place, and then we're going to create two partial products and then just add them together to get our answer. So we're going to start out by multiplying 7 times 34 for our first partial product. And when we multiply 7 times 4, we get 28. So we're going to write our 8 down below and then we're going to carry the remaining 2. And then we're going to multiply 7 times 3, which we know gives us 21. Plus the additional 2 gives us 23. So when we multiply 7 times 34, we get 238. Now we're going to put a line through the 2, and we're also going to put a line through the 7 so we don't get confused. And then before we start multiplying by our tens place, we are going to drop a 0 down to the line below to show that now we're multiplying by our tens place. And now let's start multiplying. We're going to multiply 2 times 4, which we know gives us 8. So we're going to write the 8 there, and then we're going to multiply 2 times 3, which we know gives us 6. So when we multiply 20 times 34, we get 680. So now we're going to move on to step number 3, where we're going to add our partial products. So the partial product is when we multiplied by the ones place and then by the tens place. So we're going to add those two partial products together to get our final answer. So when we add 8 plus 0, we get 8. And when we add 3 plus 8, we get 11. So we're going to write the 1 down below and carry the additional 1. 1 plus 2 gives us 3, plus 6 gives us 9 for 918. So when we multiply 34 times 27, we get the product of 918. So now we're going to move on to question number 2, where this time we're being asked to multiply 68 by 35. So remembering our first step is to rewrite the problem vertically. So we're going to write 68 times 35. Now we're going to move on to step number 2, where we're going to multiply the ones and the tens place by the top number. So once again, we're going to start out with our ones place. So we're going to multiply 5 times 68. Now we know that 5 times 8 gives us 40. So we're going to write the 0 down below and we're going to carry the remaining 4. And then 5 times 6 gives us 30. Plus the additional 4 gives us 34. So when we multiply 5 times 68, we get 340. So now we're going to put a line through the 4, and we're also going to put a line through the 5, and then we're going to drop our 0 down to show that now we're multiplying by our tens place. And when we multiply 3 times 8, we get 24. So we're going to write our 4 down below, and we're going to carry the remaining 2, and then we're going to multiply 3 times 6, which we know gives us 18, plus the additional 2 gives us 20. So when we multiply 30 times 68, we get 2040. Now we're going to move on to our last step, where we're going to add our partial products together. So when we add 0 plus 0, we get 0. When we add 4 plus 4, we get 8. When we add 3 plus 0, we get 3. And then we're just going to drop down the 2 because there's no other number with it, giving us an answer of 2,380. So when we multiply 68 times 35, we get the product of 2,380. So hopefully by now you understand the steps involved when multiplying two-digit numbers by two-digit numbers. Help make math less complicated by smashing those like and subscribe buttons. As always, enjoy today's math journey.